What's the closest you've ever come to danger without anyone knowing? When I was 19, I worked at a 24-hour gas station in a small town. The night shifts were usually quiet, just the occasional trucker stopping for coffee or locals grabbing late-night snacks. One night around 3 in the morning, I was restocking the cooler when I heard the bell above the door ring. I peeked out to see a man in his 30s wearing a baseball cap pulled low. Something about him made me uneasy. He wandered the aisles without picking anything up, constantly glancing at me and the security cameras. My manager had warned us about a string of robberies at nearby gas stations, so I was already on edge. I pretended to be busy while keeping an eye on him. After about 5 minutes, he approached the counter and asked for cigarettes. As I turned to grab them, I caught his reflection in the security mirror. He was reaching into his waistband. My heart nearly stopped. I could see the outline of what looked like a gun. In that split second, I remembered the panic button under the counter that would silently alert police. But I also knew the closest police station was 15 minutes away. I needed to buy time without making him desperate. I fumbled with the cigarettes, deliberately dropping the pack. "Sorry," I said with a nervous laugh. "It's been a long shift." He was getting impatient. "Just hurry up." As I handed him the cigarettes, the bell rang again. A second man entered, nodding at the first guy. They exchanged a look that confirmed my worst fears. This was planned. The second man positioned himself by the door, essentially blocking my only exit. "Can I help you find anything?" I called out, trying to sound normal. The first man leaned in close. "Empty the register, now, and don't try anything stupid." His hand was still at his waistband. I needed to think fast. Then I remembered something my uncle, a former security guard, had taught me. Create confusion when you're outnumbered. I smiled at the man, which clearly caught him off guard. "Oh, you're finally here! My manager said you guys might be late." Both men looked confused. I continued confidently. "The system upgrade team, right? My manager Randy said you'd be coming to install the new security cameras tonight, the ones that upload footage directly to the police station." The second man shifted uncomfortably. I pressed on. "Actually, you're just in time. 2 officers always stop by around 3:30 for coffee. They should be here any minute for their break." I glanced at my watch. In fact, they're running late. The men exchanged nervous glances. I could see doubt creeping into their expressions. The first man stammered, "We, might have the wrong store." I shook my head. "No, this is definitely the right place. Randy said you'd be installing the facial recognition system tonight. The whole chain is getting them after those robberies last month. The cameras are already running. They just need the software update." I pointed to the corner where our regular security camera was. "That one's already capturing everything." The second man muttered something to his partner. The first man backed away from the counter. "We'll come back another time." They hurried out, and I watched through the window as they drove away quickly. My legs nearly gave out as I collapsed onto the stool behind the counter. I immediately called the police, who arrived 20 minutes later. When they reviewed the security footage, they identified both men as suspects in 5 other gas station robberies in neighboring counties. They'd been armed in every previous robbery. The detective told me later that my quick thinking had likely saved my life. The gas station owner was so grateful that he installed an actual advanced security system the following week and gave me a significant raise. I still work night shifts sometimes, but now there's always 2 employees on duty, and I always keep my eyes on the security mirrors.